Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 6 of What If Naruto Was Orochimaru's son with multiple Genkai. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had All the Chakra of Indra, Ashura, and Hagoromo, and enjoy that guys. I also posted a brand new movie over on Anime King of What If Naruto Was a Magical Creature, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. It's a crossover between Naruto and One Piece. And also stay tuned for a brand new movie coming over Anime Prince. So yeah, without further ado or wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. So the last time we left off, it was a forest of death. Both Naruto and Fu had made up a deal on who could gather the most scrolls. As Fu came across a team from the Hidden Rain, they were wearing breathers over their mouths. They saw her as a defenseless girl walking through the forest, as they decided to attack her, telling her that she can get away unscathed if she hand over her scroll. The leader being quite smug about it, however, him and his team was assaulted when she decided to attack. They were taken out rather brutally, as she put them in their place before taking their scroll away. With that, she calmly made her way. As for Naruto, he came across Gaara and his team. It seems that they knew about the invasion, but they did not knew everything, seeing that Naruto had to spill it to them that he was on their side as well, as he had promised his father not to kill them, so he had to be civil with them. So with that, Naruto ended up saying goodbye as he made his way off. Upon going through, Naruto came across several teams. Teiwai was waiting for them at the exit when the two of them arrived, as Naruto had gathered more scroll than Fu. She was surprised by that, and upset that she lost her little bet. So with that, they continued on as they made their way inside the tower. They were being watched by a team from Konoha. Surprised that they were the first one to get here, they actually broke a record. Despite their little hunting game, well, they did it pretty fast. So with that, they made their way inside, the sand team following not too long after. Some time later, the time was ready as Naruto and Fu was on the roof. Because of her little book, she stopped spending that much time with Naruto, as she was constantly reading a book. As Naruto was getting upset that she wasn't spending time with him, as he kept on poking her, caused Naruto to ignore him even more as she went back towards her book. Chonin came upstairs and told him that it was ready for the next part of the test as they made their way down. Upon arriving, Naruto saw that everyone was here that passed through. Majority of them were teams from Konoha. Well, that might be because of him and Fu targeting other teams. Surprisingly, he did not come across any Konoha teams down there. Well, that was surprising. So with that, Naruto approached the Konoha teams as he decided to wish them luck. A goofy smile on his face as, because of what happened in the forest, Mito and her team being attacked by Orochimaru, Sasuke is still in a bad condition. Mito was not happy at the moment, and when she was not happy, well, she get irritated, so she started to argue with Naruto. The argument started to piss him off. Teiwai realizing that she had no idea who she was talking to, knowing that Naruto could snap her neck at any moment, she decided to intervene. As Naruto was starting to get angry, look in his eyes as he releases bloodlust. Everyone was shocked, the Jonins, even them, as the whole place was frozen by the killer intent that rained from Naruto. Akamaru was scared shitless as the dog could sense the amount of fear from everyone and his partner as well, as he was also shaken. As Naruto stood there with a pissed off look on his face, Mito was shocked by this ungodly amount of energy radiating off him. It was similar to what she felt in the forest with Orochimaru. Just who the hell was this guy? It was then that Kakashi felt something as Fu was able to calm him down. It was that same feeling that he got when he was out there. As Kakashi looked towards the individual, looking towards him with his Sharingan, Kakashi was able to pinpoint certain things. His body structure, not to mention his height. Despite the hair being different and his face being covered, and not to mention the contact lenses, Kakashi realized that this was the individual with the Mokidan. He spoke to Hiruzen about that. The moment Hiruzen was able to confirm that from Kakashi, he needed to confirm if it was actually true, as he realized the girl beside him. As a thought popped into his head, once he announced them for being here and taking part in the preliminaries, he left as he made his way to his office. Not too long after, Danzo came as he had called for him, as he told Danzo that he knew the Jinchuriki within Taki. The thing was, they had kept her a secret after all. Taki being the villager of the Jinchuriki, seeing that they were the only minor villager at Jinchuriki, because of Hoshirama. They want to keep her a secret just in case. However, Danzo knew what she looked like, as Hiruzen had no doubt about that. The man was plotting, and Hiruzen let him get away with a lot of things, because he was plotting for Konoha, as Danzo informed him. Meanwhile that was going on, we skipped back towards the room, as matches went off. Naruto found them rather boring because no one here was on his level, in terms of, well, killer intent, to fight to actually draw blood, and not to mention the instinct to kill. As Naruto roamed his eyes over towards Gaara though, he might be one of them to be on his level. The match started between Fu and Tenten. Fu asked Tenten about, well, love. If she's ever been in love before with that guy up there. Speaking of Neji. Tenten squirmed away and told her that she was not here to talk about things like that, and she should prepare herself to lose. Fu was upset by that comment, as she told her that she was going to break her arm and her leg for angering her. And Fu did exactly that. Tenten stood no chance as Fu was taken to the infirmary. With her being dragged off to the infirmary, Naruto watched as Fu returned back to her book, as he sit there bored by himself until his name was called to face Kiba. The match between him and Kiba did not go as Naruto expected. In fact, Naruto got so bored that he just knocked Kiba down and told him that he was a worthless waste of time. To think that this was all the Konoha ninjas had to offer. This was really looking bad for the future generation. Horribly to be, in fact. As the rest of the matches took place, Naruto was not interested in any of them. In fact, they were downright atrocious and boring, especially with those two girls, as he didn't see why in hell these people could consider themselves a ninja. He could kill them all in his sleep. As he waited for the preliminaries to come to an end, unaware that there were things being plotted in the shadows. Once the preliminaries came to an end, Naruto saw that Fu would be fighting Sasuke Uchiha, and he would be fighting Mito Uzumaki. A smirk came on his face hearing that. Well, this would be rather interesting, he thought to himself, as Fu wasn't really paying attention despite Naruto telling her what was going on. It didn't take long after that for them to call it an end. Teiwaya quickly left after that, not wanting to be here anymore, as she had already, well, saying that she could not compete. So she did not see what followed, as Naruto and Fu were surrounded by envoys. That is when Fu put away her book, as envoys told them to come with them. As Naruto raised an eyebrow, surprised by this little mishap, as he wondered what was going on, and besides, how bad could it be, he thought to himself, unaware that they were gonna be in some deep shit. So yeah guys, basically let's left off. You guys can switch across the play, check it out for yourself. So what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. We begin this episode a few months before the Chunin exams within Konoha. It was when Naruto and Fu was in the hot spring, as she was asking him about Orochimaru and the things that he did, mainly his control over Naruto. As Naruto had moved towards Fu, "You want to hear a secret?" he asked. "Yeah, sure," she said, as he went towards her ears and whispered, "I'm gonna kill him." He then backed away. There was a shocked look on Fu's face as she looked at him. However, he got out of the water as he went to dry off. Since that day, they never spoke about that, as she didn't want to bring it up, unaware that Naruto would even think of that, given the way that he acted on Orochimaru, having respect for him and calling him father. As we skip back to the present time, Fu was walking through the corridor as they were taking towards a location. She was getting nervous as the time went on. However, she looked towards her side where Naruto was. He was walking without a care in the world. She knew that with the combined power the both of them possessed, they should be able to fight their way out of here if anything went too bad. The Hokage had wanted to speak with them, and Naruto said that it was alright for them to go. Teiwai wasn't here because she was called already, when she had gave up an exam, so she was nowhere to be seen, so she would not know that they were taking here. Fu started to worry. However, Naruto was just so calm, as she wondered what was going through his head right now. 1, 2, 3, go! Da la la la, da la 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 la. Naruto was singing to himself as he made his way down the corridor, his mind free of any problem or situation that might get them compromised, because he already had a plan. Yes, despite him acting stupid most of the time, despite him being a murderous psychopath, he was smart. His brain capacity was able to handle more than the normal human. Given the experiments that it took to create him, Naruto was quite intellectual, despite him not showing it any time, making people think that he was dumb, but he was far from it. He's plotted out the ending already. Yes, the ending. Of this world, perhaps. As he kept on singing to himself, 1, 2, 3, go! Da la la la, da la 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 la. As he walked with himself, bumping his head up and down. Fu realized that he was now bumping his head like he was listening to a beat that she could not hear. Finally, they were brought towards the location. The Anvu had sunshined them towards this area, so they had no idea where they were. As they were brought inside, in a normal standpoint, the Hokage could not do something like this after all. This would be an act of war, kidnapping another shinobi from another nation. However, as Naruto stepped inside, he saw the Hokage inside. But he was not alone though. On his right was Kakashi Hatake, and on his left was a man that Naruto knew. He was surprised to see him here though. His name was Jiraiya. Jiraiya of the Sannin. Jiraiya had arrived a few hours after Hiruzen had spoken to Danzo, and Hiruzen believed that it would be best if he was here as well. As Hiruzen sat in the chair, behind a silver table, while the two men stood to his left and right. As Naruto noticed it was a chair, two to be in fact, he took Fu's hand as he brought her over. Her nervousness had skyrocketed since stepping into this room. No word escaped a single man's lip as they watched Naruto settle down in the chair. As he drew the chair out for Fu, as he made sure that she sat down properly before he leaned back in his own chair, looking towards the Hokage, as he tilted his head to the right. So, your Anvus told me that you wanted to speak with me. As Naruto glanced towards Jiraiya, as Jiraiya saw the kid fixating on him. I can't believe that I'm actually meeting you, said Naruto, interrupting the Hokage before he could speak. You know me, Jiraiya said, looking towards him. Of course. Who would I be if I did not know you, said Naruto. You're the legendary Sannin Jiraiya, an awesome, super kick-ass ninja. I've read a lot about you, your history, about your past. Kakashi was now 100% certain that this individual was the same boy that he met at the Land of Wave. This was the same way how the boy was interested in him and his past as well. Oh, and my friend over here, said Naruto. She likes reading her book. Oh, does she now, said Jiraiya, looking towards Fu. Fu blushed as she looked away in embarrassment, glaring at Naruto. How could he say that? The book that Jiraiya wrote was really perverted. However, Fu loved to read, but that book was for her guilty pleasure, and Naruto just had to go and wreck her out like that. However, Hiruzen cleared his throat. Well, I'm glad that the younger generation still looks up towards the older generation. I'm afraid this is not what we're here to discuss. Oh, it's not? Then what is? You are Naruto, are you not? Hiruzen said, cutting all the crap and getting right down to it. And that girl right there is Fu, the Seven-Tails Jinchuriki of Taki, that you kidnap. Fu's eyes widened briefly before they settled, her whole demeanor tense. As she started to look around, her eyes. Jiraiya and Kakashi both noticed that as they tensed themselves as well. The Anvus in the corner of the room preparing themselves. However, Naruto patted Fu on the shoulder. Calm down, he said. Besides, said Naruto, looking around. That is when they saw his eyes turn blood red. The group tensed even more, but they saw that he was not gonna do anything. As Naruto, looked towards the table, seeing the seals. They've already prepared the room to seal off your chakra from the Nadabi. Fu looked towards him in shock, as Naruto was not even trying to deny it. What was he playing at? As Naruto looked towards her, mirth in his eyes. Don't worry, I'll handle this, okay? She simply nodded her head as she trusted him for now, hoping that he could get them out of this without doing anything stupid. Because he was right. If it came to a fight, they would not win. As she looked towards the ground, not seeing what Naruto saw because of his eyes. But Jiraiya was known to be a seal master, so she knew if she made a move he would try to seal off the power inside of her. And if that happened, in terms to head-on fight, she would be screwed against these Kage level shinobis. However, Naruto, she had no idea what he was fully capable of. Yes, she and him had went a round or two, but she never saw him going all out. She never saw him push himself to his absolute limit, so she did not know. Finally, said Naruto as he reached up and ripped off the face mask. As he placed it down on the table. That's better, he said. I was getting tired of that crap. I still have no idea why I had to go to such lengths to change my appearance. So you're not trying to deny it? Asked Jiraiya as he looked towards him. What? Of course not. I would not be so disrespectful as to, well, lie to you, he said, as he looked towards Hiruzen. Naruto then glanced towards Kakashi. You don't seem to be rather pleased with me. Given what you did at Land of Wave, do you really expect me to? Oh, you mean the killing the family thing? Sorry, I had a mission, said Naruto. Besides, you know how those things are. The family aside, the people that you slaughtered to send me a message. Oh, that. Well, you pissed me off, after all. You let Zabuza put you in such a condition. Maybe I should have not killed him right away when I decided to go and find him. He would have been a good worthy fight. You killed Zabuza? Said Kakashi as Zabuza was never found. Given the whole failed mission outside the village, and the wave being subjugated by Gato and his goons, and given that the wave was a sea boat across, the Land of Fire problems were not involved with them anymore, as the wave was run right now, used by Gato for his terrible means, while his company was still number one in, well, almost everything that they ship, playing the innocent card in the public eye. As Naruto placed his hands behind his head, looking towards the three of them. So, old man, he said, what's up? You seem not as I expected you, Hiruzen said, looking towards the boy. And what does that mean? Your actions aside, regarding the Land of Wave, you know that you're right now charged with the kidnapping of Fu over there, correct? I'm curious, said Naruto. From what Fu told me, she was kept a secret. So how did you know that it was her? That is not important, Hiruzen said. Keeping your secrets close to your chest. I get it, said Naruto. Now answer this. How do you have the Mokidan? Hiruzen asks. It's one of my bloodlines, said Naruto. It and several others. Yes, I was about to ask about that. Where did you acquire these several bloodlines from? Hiruzen said, surprising that he was so cooperative. Oh, they were given to me as a child, said Naruto. And who gave them to you? My father. Hiruzen frowned hearing that, as it went away quickly. Here he thought that this had to do with Orochimaru. Wait, a thought popped into his head, as Jiraiya spoke it before he could. Who's your father? Oh, you know him very well. He used to be your teammate, Orochimaru. The whole room went quiet at that. Shock. A look of absolute shock on their faces. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. Fu that sat beside Naruto was speechless, as she couldn't believe it herself. Here she thought that Naruto was not going to tell them everything, but here, he gone on to tell them everything. There was no way in hell that they would allow them to leave now. Just what the hell was Naruto playing at? As she saw him and he winked at her, he had a plan. As she kept her mouth shut for now, watching how things play out. The room was quiet, as Jiraiya spoke up. What did you just say? I said, my father is Orochimaru. You know, You're around 50 plus years old. You shouldn't be going deaf just yet. Or maybe you should. I'm not really sure, said Naruto. Orochimaru had a kid? Said Kakashi. Well, here I am, said Naruto. After all, I can't deceive all of your eyes. Hiruzen at the axe, as he got over that massive reveal. Why are you so easy to give all of this information away? If you truly are his son, why would you give away something like that, knowing his relationship with his village, and what we're going through at the moment? As Naruto glanced towards the wall. I wonder, if I were to try to escape right now, how fast will your friends over there react, said Naruto. Hiruzen watched Naruto carefully. A good thing I won't, said Naruto. As he placed both hands on the table. Look, I want to make a deal, he said. A deal? Hiruzen said. Yes, correct. I'm sure you know by now that the Uchiha has been marked with a curse mark. I've seen that my father has placed one on him as well. I can help you get rid of it. You can, said Jiraiya, shocked, because he was not able to, remove that mark. Well, said Naruto as he reached up and started to take his shirt off. Upon taking his shirt off, all of them gasped in surprise, except for Fu. On Naruto's chest in the center was a gigantic mark. However, this one was different. It was like a swirl. It looked similar to the Uzumaki swirl, but the tomos that were in the Sharingan, there were 6 of them in total on it, as they each connect to a circle. It means 6 swirls. And there were 2 connecting lines from the side going all around to his back. There was another symbol on his back. It was like a curve, pincer, locking together. The mark seemed dull and inactivated. What's that? Jiraiya said, as he stepped forward, not seeing Funjutsu like that before. This is special, said Naruto. Ingrained in my DNA, but it left a mark on me. So yeah, I would have no problem removing the Uchiha's mark. It would be painful as hell and take some time, but I can't do it as of yet. Why not? Hiruzen said. Because we have to keep the ruse going. What ruse? Hiruzen asked. Oh, it's quite simple. Pretending like everything is going alright. You see, my father is going to attack this village very soon, at the end of the final of June exams. Hiruzen knew that something like that might happen. But to actually hear it out loud, as Jiraiya clenched his fist, Kakashi's face becoming stern. What do you know? Well, first of all, he has help. He has allies in the sand. The entire village will be attacking Konoha. What? Hiruzen said, losing his composure, shocked to hear that. Oh, don't worry, the sand is not at fault here. They're attacking the village, how could they not be at fault? Well, it's quite simple, they're being tricked. You see, me and my partner here killed the Kazekage guards some time ago while my father stabbed him through the back and killed him. The Kazekage is dead? Yes, his body is deep within the sand. Probably covered by a lot of sand by now, given that place and the whole dusty feeling. So as I was saying, my father will attack, and it will be brutal. As I said, the sand is not to be blamed as well, because they're being controlled, so if you want to go ahead and blame them, you go and do that. But from what I remember, the Kazekage wanted to kill my father for, attacking you guys. He did? Yes. He realized that going up against Konoha would be stupid. And he wanted to bring my father's head to you guys as a payment of showing his loyalty. I guess it would have helped him out somewhat, but, he's too dead to really argue about it right now. I must ask, Hiruzen said, why are you telling me all of this? I need to know the truth. It's quite simple. I'm giving you something, so I want something as well. And what is that you want? That's simple. To have a home here, said Naruto. What? Yeah, you heard me. I want to live here. I'm tired of everything my father has put me through. My life hasn't been the best. You too should not be surprised given that you know him. Well, you know him when he was good, but he's a lot more wicked now. I've seen him experiment on kids, after all. I was one of them, said Naruto. Besides, The constant missions that he sent me on. The constant bloodshed. You know, those things can really get to a person. I was not in my right mind when I attacked those people at Wave. And their deaths. They still haunt me until now, said Naruto as he looked toward his hands. Fu looked towards him skeptically. I've killed so much people. I've started to kill from I was 6 years old. And ever since then, I was not ordered to stop. The things I was forced to do. And act like I actually like what I did. I guess it's just too hard. So if I came to your village, I don't want to be a ninja. I just want to be a normal civilian. Live my life in peace. I'm tired, said Naruto. As Jiraiya looked towards him. As he heard the kid speak, he was reminded how dreadful Orochimaru could be. And if this kid was his actual son, there was no telling what Orochimaru put him through, or the things that he made him do with the bloodlines that he possessed. As Hiruzen felt bad for him. Kakashi was having a hard time believing what Naruto said despite him giving a valid reason. Naruto had limbed the people's body at Land of Wave and used it to carve his initial in it. But still, consequences could weigh on someone's mind. The actions of what you have done. As he looked towards Naruto, who had a sad, mournful look on his face. And hearing that he didn't want to be a ninja, he wanted to be a civilian. And not to mention him telling him all of this. Hiruzen cleared his throat. If your help is successful in stopping your father, I do not see why not you could not have a home here. Really? That would be amazing, said Naruto. However, you're gonna have to let me go. What? Said Jiraiya. Yes, you're gonna have to let me go. After I tell you everything you need to stop my father. And you're gonna have to let the invasion happen. But prepare your shinobis. If my father knows that something is off, he will escape. And you will lose your chance of capturing him. So let the invasion happen. Just make sure that your shinobis are prepared to end the life of all the sound ninjas. And you don't have to hold back on those monsters. They're ruthless, they're brutal. They deserve to die after the things that they've done. And maybe I deserve to die as well. After all, what makes me different from them? I am also a monster, said Naruto. No, Hiruzen said, as he looked up towards Naruto. A monster would not have told us these things. A monster wouldn't have tried to change his life. Tell me the why. Did you kidnap this young girl? And why is she with you? He gave me a choice, Fu said. As she noticed something, as she was playing along. The life of a Jinchuriki is not easy. However, in Taki, for majority of my life I was unaware of certain pleasures in life. Like what a bathtub was. I was forced to live in a, forest like an animal. I was trained from I was a child. All I knew was getting stronger, so that I could fight and die for the village. I've never had a peaceful moment. They call me their guard dog because that is all I knew what to do. Guard the sacred water. Orochimaru sent Naruto to get it, and he found me. He saw my desperation, he saw that I did not have much to live for. We fought, but in the end he saved me. And he gave me a choice to come with him. And ever since I've been loyal. Because he gave me a new outlook on life. And he's my friend, she said. The group was no shocked by that. Maybe this kid was a lot more than he seems. And you're my friend as well, said Naruto, looking towards her with a happy smile. As there was mirth in his eyes, but only she could see. He then turned his gaze. I'll tell you guys everything, but I have to go back. Because if he does not have me return there, he will know that something is wrong. And then you will never get your chance. Even after all you've told us, kid. You've still been living with that monster for years now. You're his son. How do we know we can trust you? Said Jiraiya. Trust is a hard word to give. I don't know, said Naruto. I guess you're gonna have to take a leap of faith. But it's the only thing that we can do. I cannot beat him on my own despite my strength. I can't even fight him. What do you mean, said Jiraiya. Well, that seal that you saw on me. You want to make sure I was always loyal, so there's a bomb in my chest. What? Hiruzen said. Not a bomb that he can just boom. A bomb for me disobeying. If I try to fight him and, well, stop him or even push my limits past his orders, well, I'll die. The only reason I'm talking to you right now is because he's not around. If he was here, I doubt we could be having this conversation. I'll do as I said, I'll get the mark of the Uchiha. But for now, you have to let everything seem like it's okay. You have to let me go back, otherwise we will all lose, and I'll be stuck, waiting for him to take over my body. What? Say Kakashi. What do you think he created me for? I overheard him speaking to one of his associates. Yes, and that associate is also a spy in your village. His name is Kabuto Yakuji. Kakashi's eyes widened at that. As Hiruzen, remember that name. He was here at the exam. He gave up. Yes. Even though he was strong enough to fight, he was just here to gather information, said Naruto. My father does not care about me. He's just waiting until I'm strong enough so that he can take over my body, and I won't be able to fight him. He created me after all. But I want to live. I want to have a normal life. I want to work a normal job. I don't want this anymore. So you're gonna have to trust me, said Naruto. Otherwise, we'll all be screwed. Time skip. Both Naruto and Fu made their way down the road. As they walk, making their way towards the land of sound, Teiwaya had already made her way off, given that her part of the mission was done, as there was no point for all three of them to head back at once. Orochimaru left the village some time ago, so there was nothing to worry about there. Fu had kept her mouth shut. Surprisingly so. I'm surprised, said Naruto, after they were a distance away, out of harm's view. Why, she said. That you're not blowing up right now. I mean, I did that, said Naruto. And you don't seem surprised. You told me that you were going to kill your father. Besides, I saw the look in your eyes when you said that he was going to take over your body. And you're not lying about that, are you? Unfortunately, no, said Naruto. I still can't believe you tell them everything though. Everything. I knew you had something plotting. That is why I went with it, to make you seem like a compassionate person. But you're gonna stab them in the back, aren't you? As Naruto chuckled, rather darkly, his face turning into a lustful one, his eyes showing nothing but mirth, lust, excitement, greed. Everything was on his face showing a negative emotion. As Naruto turned towards her, don't look at me like that. You're freaking me out, she said. Sorry, said Naruto. It's just so excited. Why didn't you tell me your plan? Sorry. The look on your face was just so priceless, said Naruto. Besides, yes, I am going to kill my father. But if Konoha can do it for me, it will be all that better. And when he dies, what? We become citizens of Konoha? Hell no, said Naruto. Wait, before that girl, she didn't piss you off, did she? Not really, said Naruto. I just wanted Kakashi to feel my killer intent. I knew that you'd recognize me. You smart, cheeky bastard. Still can't believe that you're this smart and yet you act so dumb most of the time. What can I say? I'm a rare gem. I know they don't fully trust me despite what I've said, but they trust me enough to release us, said Naruto. So, we're gonna let the Sound Ninjas and Orochimaru be killed. Even if he's not killed, I'll rip his head off, said Naruto. I have other plans though. What other plans? Naruto turned towards her. Something big. Would you like to hear? Of course, you idiot. Why would you think I would ask? He motioned for her to come closer. As she came close towards him. It's a secret, he whispered. She glared at him. Are you really not gonna tell me? I'll tell you soon enough. Don't worry. I won't put you in any harm's way, said Naruto. After all, you're gonna be my number 2. Your number 2? Yeah, said Naruto. My second in command. My loyal friend. After all, I trust you the most. And yet you're willing to kill your father, she said to him. Oh, don't worry, said Naruto. I'm not gonna kill you. I can promise you that. Then why? Why the betrayal, she asks. Well, I guess I never really cared for Orochimaru. It's weird. Despite knowing that he was my father, I just find him to be irksome. He pissed me off most of the time as well. And I guess I am just cold-hearted. But it's strange. You're different, said Naruto. I don't think of murdering you like I think of anyone else. And trust me, I think to kill everyone else. Huh. Maybe you do love me, said Fu. Oh. Did you find out what that meant, said Naruto. She sighed. Unfortunately, no. Then what was all the reading for? I was trying to find a true definition, but all of them said that you will know it when you feel it, so I just don't know, she said. But maybe we do love each other, I mean, we do care for one another. And we do protect each other. And you want me to be your number 2? Maybe you're right, said Naruto. Maybe that's the reason I don't want to kill you. And I see myself in you. So yeah, I love you, said Naruto. And maybe I love you too, she said. After all, you're a sick, twisted psychopath who murder people for fun. And I do the same, and yet, at first it never bothered me. So maybe we're in love. Well, love is a good thing then, if it means we're good friends for a long while. Until death do us part, said Naruto. As he held out his hand, she took his hand. Until death do us part, she said. As the both of them smiled at each other, the two little psychopaths. Time skip. Naruto and Fu stood in front of Orochimaru. So how do things go, Orochimaru asks. Well, I did not use any of my bloodline, and besides, I didn't need to. You have seriously overestimated Konoha ninjas. I mean, they're worthless. The kids this generation is truly worthless, Orochimaru said. Some of them to be exact, but do not worry. They do not matter in the grand scheme of things. So what's next, said Naruto. All you have to do is fight your opponents in the finals. And stay in, so when the invasion begins, you will let loose your wrath upon the ninjas. Go after the Jonins. And then go after all the kids. Except for Sasuke Uchiha. As Naruto tilted his head, you gave him the curse mark, didn't you? You saw, Orochimaru said. Yeah, and he seemed to have taken quite nicely to it. However, the others did not like that, mainly the Hokage and his sensei Kakashi. Yes, they're trying to suppress it, but it does not matter, Orochimaru said. In due time, he will come to me. As Naruto simply shrugged his shoulders. Well, I'm guessing you should not go too hard on him, fool. Orochimaru turned towards her. You'll be fighting him in the finals. She nodded her head. Well, as I said, do not kill him. She nodded once again. Orochimaru had tested Sasuke himself, and he knew, in a fight even after a month, Fu would dominate the match. The girl was above him. So that is why she should not kill him. Well then, I guess we have 1 month to relax. Yes, Orochimaru said. I will be quite busy, so I will not be seeing you much. Remember what I have told you, he said, and do not disappoint, either of you. We aim to please, said Naruto as he bowed his head in a mocking way. Do not chastise me, Orochimaru said, as Naruto simply chuckled and rubbed back of his head. Come on, it's fun, he said. Well, come on, Fu. Let's go and enjoy ourselves until the games begin. So, said Fu, as he stepped outside. What are we gonna do? Naruto turned towards her. Enjoy yourself, he said. Time skip at Konoha. Jiraiya decided to see his goddaughter, as he did not inform her of who he was. However, they struck a deal and he was now teaching her for the finals. Seeing that he had knocked out her previous sensei, all had went towards plan. However, she was pretty pissed off when she thought about that boy, as now he knew exactly who she was talking about. It was Naruto. She was going to be fighting him in the finals, and she wanted to put the hurt on him. Do you think he's all big and strong just because he can release killer intent like that? As Jiraiya was training her, if he was not mistaken, it seems like someone was a bit too obsessive. However, he wouldn't say that. Mito was really feisty, as she reminded him so much of Kushina, especially with the hair. It was like he was looking at a younger Kushina, as he kept his mouth shut and just trained her. As the girl had so much potential, her sensei was really holding back that being Kakashi on her growth. But he was here now, and he would make sure that she fully lives up to her, well, potential. As for one Sasuke Uchiha, he was panting, as he seems exhausted. Pushing yourself to your limit would do that to you, as Sasuke was intent on getting stronger. However, he could not shake the feeling that he felt when he was under the power of the curse mark. It was magnificent. But it had been sealed off by Kakashi, and it was up to his will if he wanted to, well, use it or not. So for now, all he had to do was keep a focused head. Or maybe, the power was something good. After all, he needed power to kill Itachi, and this power. His thoughts were cut by Kakashi. Seems like you're tired. The copy ninja says as he walked over towards the panting Sasuke. No, I can still keep on going. You know, Sasuke, it's good to rest as well. I've told you this on several occasions. I'm not tired, Sasuke said, as he got back to his feet. Not yet. I'm not done yet, as he clenched his fists. He need to get stronger. He have to get stronger. Time skip. Fu was laughing as she placed a hand up to her face. And what's so funny, said Naruto in front of her. His hands were on his hip. However, the thing was, Naruto was covered in a robe. A bright pink robe that was fluffy. As Fu looked at him. No, she said, it's just knowing who you are and seeing you just like that. I find it quite hilarious. You're wearing the same thing, said Naruto. Well, it doesn't look too bad on me, she said, as she was decked out in the same thing. The both of them were currently at a hotel, relaxing and enjoying themselves. They've been doing so for the past week as they went on a full ride all around. Not going towards Taki though, as Naruto knew several places that were wonderful in this kind of environment that could treat them well, and besides, he had money. So everything was peachy, as they ate some exotic food and relaxed and enjoyed themselves by beaches on several occasions. Spas, massages, it was, yeah, amazing. As Naruto was decked out in his fluffy, pink bathrobe. Well, I like it, said Naruto as he rubbed it against his face. It's really soft and cuddly. As the both of them started to make their way, she glanced towards him. What's wrong, said Naruto. Well, you knew that I picked up a few more books on the whole understanding what love is. Yeah? Well, I want to try something, she said to him. What's that? Kissing, she said. Naruto blinked as he looked towards her. You want to try kissing? With who? With you, you idiot, she said. Well, okay then. You don't even want to ask what it's for or what's gonna happen after we do this. Not really, said Naruto. But I saw people doing it before. It must be something amazing because they seem like they want to eat each other's face. Wait, you're not gonna try and eat my face, are you? Of course not, you idiot. So, as she looked at him, I think you should just pucker your lips. Pucker my lips? Like this, she said as she puffed out her lips. Oh, said Naruto as he did the same. She then leaned forward as she pecked his lips. She then pulled back. How was it, she asked. I don't know. I mean, it was like doing nothing. What? She said. No, don't get me wrong, it's just I didn't feel anything. Maybe I did it wrong, she said as she pulled out her book. Where the hell were you keeping that, Naruto asked, as she ignored him and kept on reading. As he simply shrugged as they made their way. He was not sure what he was supposed to feel, but it felt like they just touched their lips together. He didn't know what she was looking for, as he wondered where did she got the book from. Another week passed by like that, as Fu kept on reading while relaxing herself. She was really engrossed in several things, And it was not just about the whole love thing she was reading about. She was also reading her little perverted book and several other books. Yes, she loved to read. While Naruto was just relaxing, thinking about his plan, as he had to incorporate a few new things. The Uchiha would be part of his plan. After all, he's gonna need strong people. And with him already having the curse mark, Naruto can use him. Knowing everything about him and his whole clan, he must want to kill his older brother. Giving him power was the only way that could convince him to come and work for him. So that would be pretty easy. As the time flew by rather quickly as the month was already over. With the month coming to an end, the group returned back to Konoha as Naruto and Fu stepped through the gates, making their way. Teiwai was not with them after all, she didn't have to be. As they made their way throughout the village, a man walked up towards them. He was walking casually. "Do not make any sudden movements," the man said in a normal tone. "The Hokage sent me about the information that you promised." As Naruto slipped out a piece of paper and dropped it in the man's hand. It was more information. The man took it and made his way off, nodding his head towards Naruto. As Naruto here was still black. It was still dyed, given the whole, keeping his identity for Orochimaru to think that he was a different person. Besides, he was going by the name Enma, so he had to re-dye his hair. The contacts and the mask. He now regret placing the mask on. It kind of felt a bit suffocating, and it was getting really annoying. For once, Fu was not with her book as she was walking with him. They had tried the kissing thing once again, but the next time they did so, they stayed a bit longer. And it was nice, but he wasn't sure what it was supposed to represent, neither did she. She's gonna have to talk to someone that know more about this, because everyone that she's talked about so far, girls to be exact, the way they explain it, Fu did not understand it, because it made no sense. How could different people be in love differently? Love was supposed to be something like a jutsu or some sort of attack, one thing that everyone is supposed to witness, but everyone keep on telling her that it's something unique. So what was it supposed to be? Was she and Naruto in love? She did not know. Granted, she never got to experience these things when she was younger, or even having a mother or father to explain what these things meant. So now she was just curious about it. And Naruto was a bit curious himself, so she intended to find out. But until then, they could just relax and go along with his plan. After all, he had something really big planned. The exams was in a few hours. As Naruto decided to go and sightsee around the village, Fu following him as they made their way towards the ramen restaurant. The ramen there was really delicious. As Naruto devoured with the ramen, "It's a shame," he said. "Excuse me?" Ayam said, thinking that he was talking to her, as she was not sure what he said. "Oh, it's nothing," said Naruto. "I'm just saying how delicious this thing is. I really wish that you lived where I was, so I could enjoy this every single day." As Ayam simply smiled at him. Such a nice boy, she thought to herself. As Naruto kept on scarfing down the ramen, his mask was pulled down. As Fu was scarfing down hers as well. It was a good thing that she and Naruto had a high quality for food, as the both of them enjoyed their food. That is when they realized that someone else was coming. As Naruto turned to see the girl, the red hair was the first thing that he noticed as she sat down, a stool away from him. She also recognized him as well as she decided to just ignore him. "Hi there," said Naruto, as he turned towards her with a grin. He brought up the mask so she would not recognize him. Well, his hair was different and his eyes were different, so he was not sure that she would. Maybe she was smarter than he thought. "Can you just leave me alone? We don't have to talk until we fight," she said. "Wow, you really hate me, don't you?" "What did I do?" As she turned towards him with a blank stare. Guess I'll never know," said Naruto. "Alright, fine, I'll leave you alone. But we will be talking soon. Very, very soon," he said, with a grin. "I doubt it," she said. She said, with a smile. As Naruto watched as she ordered several bowls. "Wow, you can eat. Surprised you're not fat." She stopped what she was doing as she turned towards him. As she held the chopsticks tight like she wanted to throw them right into his eye. As Naruto had this dumb little smile on his face that was covered by the mask. Mito took several deep breaths. It was best if her anger did not get the better of her. After all, she might lose it. So she calmed down. "Leave the poor girl alone," said Fu. "Seems like she is really struggling not to attack you." "Yeah, you're right," said Naruto as he pulled out some money. As he called over Ayam, "Here you go," said Naruto. "And a nice little tip." "Oh, wow. That's rather generous," she said. "What can I say? The service was amazing," said Naruto, as he held out his hand to Fu. Fu took his hand as he walked off with her. "Wait, why are you holding my hand?" said Fu. "Huh, guess I liked it," said Naruto. "We held hand before." She simply shrugged as they went along with it. "I never thought they were together." Mito turned towards Ayam. "Wait, you know them? Well, they've been here before on several occasions, but I thought they were just friends." "Well, that guy's a real jackass. Not to mention he's my opponent." "Well, good luck on the exams. I'm sure that you'll do well." As Mito smiled at her, "With ramen in my stomach and my determination, how can I fail?" she said. Time skip. A few hours later, as Naruto glanced around. "Whoa, there's a lot of people here." "Don't tell me you're stage shy," said Fu. "What? Of course not," said Naruto, as he turned towards her. "What if there's a few Taki ninjas here?" Fu blinked in surprise. "You know, I never thought of that." Before she shrugged, "Screw them," she said. "I mean, what are they gonna do here? And besides, by the time everything is done, we're gonna be long gone." Fu was not wrong though. Several Taki ninjas that were disguised as normal civilians were here. As the Genins made their way towards the field, a guy that was sitting with a girl to his right and two other guys over to the other side, he tapped the girl. "Wait, isn't that..." They alerted the others. "Holy shit, it's the guard dog. There she is. She doesn't look kidnapped to me." As they looked toward each other. "Tuh, we should have seen it. I bet that whole thing was just a facade for her to escape. I bet that person was her friend. How could she have making any friends? I don't know, but there she is. She's not kidnapped, is she? Alright, calm down. We're gonna capture her and bring her back home. I'm sure that our leader would like to have some words with her. That bitch deserve what is coming to her." As Fu was unaware of their little plotting. As the Genins were down below, the Hokage stepped up as he started to give a valiant speech. Harrison had a month to make sure that Konoha comes out winning on this. Once he was finished with his speech, as the Kazekage sat beside him, making small talk, Harrison was thinking deeply about what was gonna happen very soon. As he prepared himself, he was gonna wrong the mistakes that he made so long ago by killing Orochimaru. Back down below, Genma started to speak to the individuals. The first match will be Shikamaru vs Temari, so the rest of them had to head up. As Naruto calmly made his way up there, glancing towards Mito as she walked, he realized Uchiha was not here, as he glanced towards the guy from the sand. Strangely enough, Naruto did not remember who he was fighting. Oh yeah, he wasn't really paying attention. As they made their way up there, as Naruto yawned and stretched as he lay on the ground. "Wake me up when it's my turn," he said to Fu. "Sure thing," she said, as she patted him on the head as Naruto went to sleep. The group looked towards him. "Is he really sleeping?" Kankuro said, looking down towards Naruto. "Yep, pretty much," said Fu. Mito scoffed as she stood there, sleeping in a time like this. Who the hell does this guy think he is? For some reason, this guy just pissed her off. Around 2 hours later, the match down below came to an end, as he conceded with Shikamaru giving up for Temari to go on, seeing that his chakra was out, as Temari won. With that said and done, the next match was Kankuro vs Shino, but Kankuro gave up, as many people was booing as they didn't like that in the slightest. The next match after that was Fu vs Sasuke. This is what they wanted to see, the Uchiha versus this unknown. She was from the sound. It was surprised that two sound ninjas has made it this far, but still, Sasuke Uchiha the prodigy, they were looking forward to see him. However, he was not here. Fu reached down as she patted Naruto in the head. "Hey, wake up," she said, as Naruto opened his eyes. Huh? What's going on? Said Naruto. It's my match. Don't you want to see me fight? What's the point? It's not like you can use what you can really do. You're gonna have to hold back a lot. Yeah, you're right, she said, but still, it's gonna be pretty entertaining. As Naruto shrugged as he got up to his feet and yawned and stretched, Fu made her way down there. Hey, redhead, it seems your Uchiha friend is not here yet. Oh, he'll be here, said Mito. And your friend there doesn't stand a chance. Huh, if you say so, said Naruto, waving her off. As once again she was reminded that she really hated this guy. She didn't know why, but she just hated him. Maybe it was everything, but she truly hated him. As she couldn't wait until their match. She couldn't believe that she lucked out with Jerf the Sun, and despite him being a lecherous pervert, he was a very strong individual. And she's learned a lot in a month. And she was ready to kick his ass. As Naruto felt her looking towards him and turned, as he smiled at her. Down below, Fu was frowning. What's taking him, she said, looking towards the proctor. As the proctor sent message towards the Hokage. Well, this is quite disappointed, the Hokage said. I mean, majority of these people are here to see the last Uchiha. I'm not so surprised about that. But he's not even here. Where is he? As Harrison frowned at that, not saying anything yet as he looked around. As he sent a message back down below, as Radio and Ninja made his way towards Genma. But before he could give said message, it was a poof. As leaf and wind came out in every direction, there Sasuke stood back to back with Kakashi. Are we too late, said Kakashi. You barely made it, said Genma. Well then, Sasuke, good luck, Kakashi said as he made his way up, leaving Sasuke down below. Sasuke turned towards his opponent, as Fu looked him over. What? Didn't have the courtesy to show up on time. I'm here, aren't I? Sasuke said. Well, I guess you're not wrong there, she said. Well then, shall we? The proctor looked towards the both of them. Are you guys ready? As they both nodded, let the third match between Sasuke Uchiha and Fu of the Sound begin! The moment he said that, he jumped away. As Sasuke did not waste any time, he was gonna end this quickly. He's learned a lot and his speed was far beyond what it used to be. Lee was surprised when Sasuke blurred out of sight and appeared behind Fu. Even Guy was shocked. He's as fast as Lee without his weights. Lee kinda felt disappointed within himself. He took so many years to get that level of speed, but the Uchiha was able to do it in just 1 month. Maybe he was wrong, maybe talent does triumph over hard work. However, Guy was able to smack him out of it and place him back on the right path of hard work. As he apologized for letting his spirit dim, as it would never happen again, he told his sensei. And he would do 100,000 laps around the village if he ever let it happen again. As Guy gave him a big thumbs up. Down below though, as Sasuke appeared behind Fu and lashed out with a kick as he intended to knock her out. However, she spun and used her arm to block his kick. Huh, pretty weak, she said. Sasuke's eyes turned to rage hearing that. What? I said, pretty weak. Sasuke spun around as he vanished. Using raw speed once again, he appeared behind her. He lashed out with a punch this time as she tilted her head. She stepped to the side before she punched back towards him. Sasuke ducked underneath as he came up with a brutal uppercut towards her chin. However, she stepped back as Sasuke attacked her with the Uchiha style in scepter fist technique. His attacks were swift, fast, and quick. However, she dodged and evaded all of them. Everyone was shocked, not expecting this no-name girl to be able to keep up with Uchiha. The Taki ninjas were frowning. She was gonna come back home whether she liked it or not. She doesn't know that they were here yet, so they will have the advantage of being able to surprise her. Down below, Sasuke had to take a breather as he looked towards her. What's up with this girl, he thought to himself. So far she's been able to evade everything that he threw at her. And she was looking at him rather bored. How dare she look at him like that, him, Sasuke Uchiha. Rage overtook him as he rushed forward, attacking, throwing punches, throwing kicks. However, once again she easily evaded and dodged. When she stepped into his guard and planted a fist in his stomach, Sasuke felt an obscene amount of force as he staggered back. However, Fu, despite what Orochimaru said, she was doing what the true person that she respected told her to do, which was Naruto. She then proceeded to assault Sasuke. Many gasps could be heard. Despite Sasuke being growing in strength and speed, Fu was above him. She was trained to be a lean, cut fighting machine since she was extremely young. Not to mention Naruto. Well, he was a powerhouse in terms of strength, speed, endurance. And not to mention Fu had stamina for days. That is why when she backhanded Sasuke as he was thrown, she simply walked towards him calmly. Sasuke jumped back as he blurred through hand sign. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Fu flashed through two hand signs before she brought her hand down. Earth style. Earth wall. The wall erupted and blocked the fireball. The moment it did, Fu sink her leg into it. As she blasted a piece of earth towards Sasuke, it imploded and it shot everywhere. Sasuke jumped away. Fu appeared behind him in mid-air. As I said, too slow. She slammed two brutal punches in his back. Sasuke cried out in pain as he dropped to the ground. He was in agony as he rolled on the ground. People could not believe this. What the hell is going on? How is she doing that to the last Uchiha? Who is this girl? Many people could be heard whispering. Orochimaru was thinking things over as she was being rather brutal, like she was indeed trying to kill him. The way she was not holding back her strikes, given the amount of pain Sasuke was in on the ground. Sasuke got up furious as he jumped away. Jumping on the wall, Sasuke charged up his most powerful technique. Kakashi, you taught him that? Said Guy in surprise, seeing that technique. Kakashi was worried though, because this girl was not an enemy. As far as he knew, the situation that they were in was complicated, but she was not an enemy. But Sasuke was going to be aiming for the kill given the look in his eyes. Now you die, he said, as he rushed down. Shidori! Huh. Pretty lame technique to be used out in the open, Fu thought to herself. I mean, it's all bright and noisy. Fu watched as Sasuke come towards her before. She opened her mouth and released a powder. Hiding in scale powder technique. Sasuke was blinded as Fu stepped out of the way. She grabbed his wrist before she slammed her elbow in his stomach. Upon doing that, she slammed an uppercut under his chin. She then backhanded him right into the wall. She then moved and knee him in the stomach. She then grabbed his face and smashed his head through the wall. Sasuke was barely conscious as Fu whispered in his ears, "You're too weak. You need more power. You're not strong enough." She released him as Sasuke dropped down towards the ground, unconscious. Yes, he has grown in strength, but he was still no match for what Fu was. In fact, if she and Kakashi were to fight at the moment, Kakashi would not survive, especially when she tapped into the power inside of her. Despite being younger, she had experience, she had power, she had raw brute strength. Yes, the copy ninja was powerful, but Fu was a Jinchuriki as well. That just go to show how powerful she actually was, especially when she let loose. If she was that powerful, what kind of monster was Naruto? Sasuke was quickly rushed towards the infirmary, as everyone was shocked by that display. As Fu watches a few people applaud, the others still in shock. Those from Konoha that being. Naruto glanced towards Mito. "I guess you were wrong," he said, as he was next to face off against her, as a smile came on his face. Orochimaru has already informed Naruto about capturing this girl. She has the 9 tails in Orochimaru. There was so much things that he could do with the power of that beast. So she would be captured, a spoil of war. As Fu came back up towards Naruto. "That was amazing," he said. He leaned towards her and kissed her on the lips. Fu blinked in surprise as he pulled back. "Oh, what was that?" Even the others were shocked at that. Well, kissing is a form of congratulations when someone does something awesome, so I figure it was necessary in this point. I guess you're right. And it wasn't that bad," she said. "Yeah, I'm getting really good at this kissing thing," said Naruto. "You're not that bad yourself." "Well, I taught you," she said to him. As Mito blinked, surprised by the way they reacted, it was like they were new to all of that. Granted, she had never really kissed anyone before, but still. She turned her head, as the people were still in shock towards Uchiha's loss. At the moment, Sasuke's psyche was filled with the thought of him being defeated, and he was furious. However, everything was going towards Naruto's plan after all. He told Fu to kick the living shit out of Sasuke because it was a part of his plan. Well then, dear, said Naruto, turning towards Mito. It seems like it's our turn. She scoffed as she walked ahead, as Naruto seemed to walk behind her. This was gonna be fun, he thought. But guys, leave and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace.